Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando, and I got asked a question in the community the other day on Discord by a new member of the community, and it it was quite an interesting question to think about and to try and answer. So Stray or Stree or Strel, he's got a picture of Strelok as his profile picture, so I'm assuming it's Stray. He asked me what was my favourite model to paint, and a lot of models came up in my mind of things I didn't like painting. I haven't really enjoyed painting many of my militia. I haven't enjoyed painting my Eldar Rangers. But then I thought I've got to think about it. So what have I really enjoyed painting? And yeah, I enjoy painting Space Marines. I really do enjoy painting Space Marines. But it's pretty easy to just go, oh yeah, I this is my favourite Space Marine. It's exactly the same as all my other Space Marines. And I couldn't really narrow it down to a single model. Now I can tell you what's the most important model I've ever painted, and that's this one. My first ever model, which I still have. It came in the paint set. It came with a push fit Space Marine as well, which I painted as a Blood Angel and obviously don't have still. But this guy painted in the classic snakebite leather, goblin green, and mithril silver, Blood Angel's red. This is a very important model to me, so I will always keep this. I will never touch this with a paintbrush again. And if I ever get another one of these, and I'd love to get my hands on another one of this exact model, I'd love to paint it in the same scheme again. But I thought, I've got to find some models that I really did enjoy painting. And I was looking through the shelf, and a couple jumped out at me that I do remember having just a lot of fun painting. And the first one was this guy. This is a conversion of a Blood Bowl Orc that I did to be the boss for my unit of knobs. And I'm very happy with the conversion. It's a very simple conversion. And I'm very happy with the colour palette, the detailing, how everything comes out on the model. And the base is pretty plain, but it's got the detail where I need it. And I really wanted to do things like lots of little textures on the skin. And so there's a lot of little sort of lines and wrinkles and blemishes and bruises and stuff. And the camera will not pick up any of the detail because it's so cheap. But this is I would say a high point in my painting career. I definitely think this is a model I'm very proud of, and if I could paint all my orcs to this level, I'd be very happy. I'd also be very happy to buy this exact model as a plastic kit, as is, like with no differences. Like, this is an absolutely, in my mind, perfect orc. It's got that brutality, the crudeness, the dynamism, the movement that I want. Everything about this is exactly what I wanted from an orc. So that's why I was very happy with that one. Keeping with the theme and the very dusty shelf was this guy, who I bought at the same time. I've not painted orcs since... Well, when I painted these guys, I hadn't painted orcs since about Gorka Morka. When Gorka Morka was out, so sort of second, third-ish edition. And this model really allowed me to play around with a lot of weathering, a lot of microscopic detail, like chipping. I got to play around with a lot of blood effects that I'd not used before. and I spent days on this. I'm normally a very quick painter. I like to get things done, I like to get them out of the way, I like to get things finished. But this, I spent ages on each section, just bit by bit, trying to make it as good as I could, because I don't know. I just, that's what the hobby is to me. You know, I'm not painting for a competition, but I am painting to give the best representation of what I'm trying to show off that I can. And I was quite happy with the sort of glow around the vision slit. And I was heavily inspired by the old 2nd edition Dreadnought that was you got as a cardboard sheet, like a cardboard cutout in the starter set. So yeah, this is another one that sort of drew my eye and very much kind of made me go, yeah, I really enjoyed painting this. And it was horrible to put together. The model was horrible to get put together, and it's spiky all over the place. So it was a very painful model to paint and build. I jabbed myself with it more times than I care to admit. But I very much enjoyed it. I also do love my own headcanon is these shoulder pads on a lot of the orcs you see. To me, is them like aping cataphracti terminators from the Great Crusade. That's how I see that, because you see it on their killer cans as well. But I loved this model. I loved painting this model. I loved putting the effort in, and yeah, I just I took a lot of joy and enjoyment from spending time on this. Now, last model is not an orc. I'm not all orcs today. And this one hasn't got a base yet because I can't find them. And it's going to be a little bit difficult to fit the entire thing in frame. But it is my Dark Elf Black Dragon. And you may have seen this in another video. Get some nice good close up of the face with all its saliva. And this is another one where I wanted to get a lot of scratches and skin texture. I knew what I wanted. I wanted the certain tone. I wanted a lot of texture. Now, up close, it doesn't look that great. If you get in close, it's just lots of lines. But when you see it from further away, it's a little bit nicer. And from the tabletop, it looks lovely. And this again, I enjoyed painting it. I had a lot of fun with a lot of sort of larger open surfaces. There's some textures in there. There's some good defined muscles that are always fun to paint. And again, this is one I had a lot of fun, especially around the face. The sort of repeatedly going glazing and then highlighting and glazing and highlighting and glazing to get the subtle, like the sort of, you can't see a lot of it in the video unfortunately, but there's a lot of subtle sort of blends between shades. It kind of blows it out, and you see a lot of the harsher highlights, which is fine. I don't mind it. I also quite like that style in the video. This is one of the problems when you do subtle shading, is you look at it and go, oh, there's not much shading on this banner, it's just red, and actually there was a lot of shading put into that banner to get the differences between the folds, but it doesn't show very well on camera, unfortunately. Give us a kiss. But yeah, this is another one I absolutely loved doing. Let's see if we can get that detail of the face in. You can see all the texture on the tongue. It's a lovely model, it really is, and I need to go find my basis for it. So yes, my Dreadlord on his dragon. That is definitely one of my most favourite models that I've ever painted. the Death Dread for the Orcs, and my Knob Boss. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I hope you've had a glance at some of the work I've done, and have a look at the community post section, because you guys can share with me, you know, your favourite models, what you've done that you are proud of. If you guys have questions, or you want to see any of the other models I've painted that I've mentioned, or you might have seen in other videos, just ask. I'm happy to share things. I know some of you guys really like army showcases, and I wish I can do more of them, and hopefully once things are tidied up a bit more, I will be able to. So thanks for watching. As always, I really appreciate every one of you that comes along and sticks through way to the end. And yeah, if you want to help support me, like, comment, subscribe, helps the channel grow. Doesn't cost you guys a thing. If you want, you can get the notifications. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not one of those people that's desperate for my channel to explode overnight, but any growth is obviously nice. Yeah, I love you guys. I think this community is great. I think you're really supportive, and I want to inspire you as much as possible. And I want to learn myself. I want to be inspired by you guys. There are several of you who've posted into Discord with some phenomenal models, and have very much inspired me. And I look forward to sort of sharing, you know, more stuff with you guys in the future. So thanks for watching. My name is Bando. This has been Brexit Bando. Have a great day. Bye bye.